Welcome to the shop. Today we're going to be making the crucifix from doors. So let's go ahead, let's head over to the wood shop. Let's get started. Okay, so here's the plan. This is our sketch of the crucifix. So we're going to cut this out, we're going to put it on a piece of wood, and then we're going to cut it out. And then we'll come in with the Dremel and we'll cut in all these cracks here that are in the game. So let's go ahead and get this cut out right now. So now that we have this cut out, we're going to grab a piece of wood. So here, let's see here. Okay, so this is our material. It's a piece of scrap material left over from one of my shield projects. So we're just going to put it right on there. That'll work. And it's just going to sit on there right there. So I'm going to grab a Sharpie. Okay, so now that we got a Sharpie, we're just going to come in here and we're just going to trace out the outline, get a rough understanding of what we want here. So let's get this all traced out. So now that we got this all traced out, this is what we have. So let's go through and let's clean this up a bit. Get all this sawdust off of it and let's just clean this up. So we're just going to trace all the way down through this. Just kind of clean up these bits here and there. Try to make these just a bit darker. Clean this bottom up here a little bit. Okay, get this all cleaned up. Let's go ahead, get the jigsaw, cut it out. Okay, got our jigsaw here. Let's go ahead and change these blades out real quick from metal cutting to wood cutting. Put our wood cutting disc in there. Remember to tighten your bolt. Remember to tighten it back down. Plug this in. Let's trim off some of this excess wood here that we don't need. Like that. Look at that. Now we just have this. So let's go ahead and get it cut out. Okay, let's go ahead and get this cut out. Speed this up a bit. Okay, got it all cut out, so let's head over to the sander and get it all sanded down. Yeah, so we got our crucifix all cut out, so now we're going to go ahead, slap it on the belt sander, make it look a little nicer. Kind of adjust you over to a little bit here. go through. I'm going to round off all these edges, just make them look a little nicer. So we're just going to repeat that for each one. It should look something like that by the end. So let's go ahead, get all these done. Okay. Got these all fairly rounded off. It looks pretty good so far. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coming in here and I'm just going to square off these corners a little bit. Just make it a little rounder, smoother, nicer. More comfortable to hold. So let's get to that. I think that's all we're going to get with the belt sander. So let's come over here. Let's grab some sandpaper. We're just going to hand sand this entire thing all the way down. So I'm not going to bore you with that. Let's skip to the finished product. Or kind of the finished product. Let's just skip to the fun part. Okay, got it all fairly sanded down. This is what we got so far. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take my handy dandy little Dremel over here. We're going to carve all the cracks in here. So let me find... 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So let me find my box of Dremel parts here. If I can grab the part I'm looking for. There we go. We're going to use one of these. What we're going to do is we're just going to go through. We're going to trace out where we want all the cracks. So let's go get our stencil. Be right back. Okay, so this is where, see if you can see this here. We drew out where we want all the cracks. So we're just going to trace that onto our stencil here. And then we're going to make the cracks with this. So let's get to that. Let me trace this real quick. So I'm just going to start with the upper bit right here. Comes up from right here. And there's this bit a lower bit here. And there's this right here. And there's like this little vertical piece. And this comes down here. Okay, that should be all. It's all traced out. Let's go ahead, get it on the Dremel and start carving this out. Okay, we got our Dremel on here. Let's go ahead and start carving these out. It's going to take a while, so let's skip to the good part, the finish. Okay, I figured I'd add this in real quick. So just to show you guys, if you're looking to build one of these, show you guys what I'm doing with the Dremel here. I'm basically just coming in with the Dremel, and I'm just kind of, see, I want to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. And I'm just tracing it out like that. I'm just pulling it through like this. So that's what I'm doing, and it should look something like this at the end. So let's go ahead and go through all those cracks. Let's get them all done. Let's go. So, I just broke my bit. The part that sands everything away, I just broke that. See, that's what we call, oops. I can't say any cuss words because it's YouTube. But that's an oops. So let's see what else I got here. See if I got anything. Ooh, here we go. Here. See if I can use this to finish up here. I think what I'll try to do